Welcome back to another mead review. Today we are taste testing and reviewing the Meridian Hive Wildfire Mead. Now this thing I bought with a bunch of other Meridian Hive meads. I bought some of their light session mead stuff, and I bought one of their bottles of their big bodied meads. They do a lot. So of course you can go check them down in the description. I'll put the link to their website. And Meridian Hive, if you're watching, I'm excited to try this. I've liked everything so far, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this thing up. I do an official review in that I have a score sheet that I make for every single mead that I taste test. So let me open this up and then we will get started. First of all, let's get a good pour on this thing. We already know what color it is because this glass is clear, or the bottle is clear, I should say. It is a beautiful color, for one. It's just like very, reminds me of like cinnamon, like color of like red cinnamon? That's a silly phrase. Oh well. This thing, let me tell you about it. I haven't said anything. It says, looking for a perfect drink to be the hit at your next party. We'd like to introduce the Wildfire, a complex and vibrant masterpiece. The subtle and spicy cinnamon is balanced by the lemony tart hibiscus, while the cool peppermint and additional herbs add a rich depth to create this unforgettable spiced mead. Semi-sweet. It is, I'm expecting a lot of flavors within this thing, but I'm excited nonetheless. So let's go ahead now and get some aroma on it and then some other things. So, ooh, definitely a nice, can't tell if it's wildflower or clover honey. Definitely has some spice. I get the cinnamon. I do get lemon for sure. Get some other baking spices like a slight clove. This thing smells really interesting. Wow. There's a lot going on. Let's try it. Definitely has some sweetness. Ooh, there's a lot of layers to this thing. The sweetness hits first, whatever kind of honey they used. It's not too sweet though. Next I get like cinnamon. I do get like that lemony. I get like a citrusy taste from this, that kind of bitterness, the bite from citrus that you get sometimes. Yeah, the lemon and clove are what really pop out to me. The hibiscus, yeah, that's attributing to part of the tartness factor of this. It's the contrasting of the sweetness from the honey and the lemon and hibiscus taste. It's kind of nice. Peppermint. I don't get as much peppermint out of this thing. I get a little bit. It's very hidden, but there's a lot of spices going on in this thing. It's good. It's just like dissecting everything down. If I were drinking this blind without any knowledge of what it is, I would probably only be able to pick out the sweetness from whatever honey and then some lemony and cinnamon tastes. I'm not getting, I kind of have to really search for the peppermint side, but it is good. Let me go ahead and do my score sheet real fast and I'll come back and tell you what I've scored this thing. All right, here's my score sheet. I'll show a picture of it on the screen as I talk about it. I forgot to mention this thing is 13.5% ABV. I realized that as I got to the mouthfeel body and started talking about the body of it, I was like, oh yeah, I didn't say the ABV. Okay, so to get started, the color and appearance, beautiful, beautiful color. Very nice red, amber, brown mixture. It's like the legs of it cling to the glass really well. There's like a clear, it is a very nice color and appearance, and I gave that a 9 out of 10. Nose and bouquet, I said it is very complex, sweet and spicy. Cinnamon reminds me, reminds me of a candle. Floral and spice combine. Didn't finish that sentence, but what I mean is floral and spice combine to make a kind of counteracting flavor profile. So sweet and spicy is nice, kind of like in that peppermint-y world. Maybe that's where I'm getting the peppermint. That's 12 out of 10. Flavor, I said complex, multi-layered, sweetness hits first, then cinnamon spice, lemon and hibiscus contrast sweetness well, which is what I was talking about. 13 out of 15. Finish, 7 out of 10. I said I like the layers, not too boozy tasting. Finish is a bit overwhelming. It's a lot to take in. If I was a regular mead consumer and not somebody hypercritical like myself, it would be a lot to handle. There's a lot of flavors competing. It's very good, I'll say that. It's just, there's a lot of stuff going on that can be, it's just hard to know what you're supposed to really grab onto. Honey character presence, 9 out of 10. I said, very present, floral, helps boost overall warmth. It is a very warm mead, and that comes from the spices, the warmth of the honey, the sweetness of the honey, and the body of it in general. And last but not least, body. 8 out of 10, I said, coats the mouth well, spices hit all senses, has a full body. It really does kind of cling to like the back of your palate here with the bitterness of the spices, but you do have the sweetness, which also hits the other senses of your tongue. So you kind of have this full mouth experience, which that sounds weird, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it does taste a lot like you're eating a mint of some sort. Overall, grand total score, 58 out of 70. Really a very good mead. If I were to fix anything about it, I would honestly take away, I like the lemon and hibiscus contrasting with the sweetness, but I think the cinnamon in there can be a bit overwhelming for me. I don't know what the other spices that they're talking about are. Additional herbs add a rich depth to create. I don't know what the additional herbs are here. I can't really pick out anything specific. You know, I do get like some baking spices, clove slightly, but other than that, it's just a lot going on. So I might simplify it a little more, but it does also have its niche factor. The Wildfire is pretty good. And 58 out of 70 is a very, very good score in general. I've had some meads not score very well. So I've enjoyed getting to do this. Meridian Hive, if you're watching this, you've made a great mead. You make lots of great meads. There's no surprise there. So thank you for creating great stuff. I have reviewed other Meridian Hive meads as well as some different meads in general. If you go look at the channel, on the Man-Made Mead Extras channel, of course, you'll see all my mead reviews. And that's where I post those. So this thing's really good, 58 out of 70. If you want to see my grand total list of everything I've sampled and reviewed, go check it out in the description below. It's a Google Sheets link, and you just go through it and you can see my highest scoring and my lowest scoring and everything. So it's kind of a spoiler, but if you want to see that. So thanks again for watching. I've enjoyed this. Go check out Meridian Hive. They've made some fantastic stuff. Everything I've tried for them, I've liked. There's not been a single thing I've gone, ooh, that was gross. Everything's been good. So, you know, cheers. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.